what is the first teaching of the Buddha?
Yes.
That is very important to understand today. Now it just came to my mind. So, Buddha at the age of 35, he left his home. There are not many crazy people who leave their wife and son and go into the forest. So Buddha was one of them. He went to the master, he found one Hatha Yoga and Tantra Yoga master. So their five students were already there. It's a very important message, the very first teaching of the Buddha. So there were 6 people. They went from one master to the other, and ultimately they found one Tantra master who said, "Oh, you want to practice spirituality? Yes, you have to follow me." Okay, what to follow? You have to sleep on the rock. First, you have to wear little clothes. 2, you have to do fasting every month, sometime for a week, sometime more than that. You have to do lot of 2 and 3 hours of Hatha Yoga practices, asanas and pranayama. I will give you very simple food and you have to eat it. You have to reject all the food anyone offers you. So they agreed. They started the practice. Everyone became sick, but they wanted to continue. Because they wanted to awaken, they need an awakening, they were looking for enlightenment. For 3 years, they were doing the same stuff. Almost we can say 2.5 years. One day the Buddha was sitting under a normal tree. His eyes were closed, he did all the practices, and he was totally absorbed into inner peace and happiness. Pay attention, that is what we all are doing nowadays. So he forgot it. That is what happens in our life. We attend the Hatha Yoga class, a lot of stretching and sweating, and then we go into deep sleep and we find, oh, I feel so much relaxed. And the next day again we have to do the same stretching and the sweating. And the same day, it becomes conditioning. After a few months, when all the 6 friends were sitting, there was an insight, a flash into the mind of the Buddha. That was narrated. Buddha narrated himself. He asked himself, when I was sitting under a tree, I was not torturing my body, I was not sleeping in a rock, and I felt inner happiness. So this mind has to do nothing with the torturing the body. And just pay attention. That is the beauty. So we don't care our experiences, how we don't learn from the experiences. And Buddha said, oh, this is it. Let me repeat that experience. So he was sitting, doing nothing. He left all the stretching and the sweating. He left sleeping on the rock. He said, why should I sleep on the rock? Why should I torture my body? The mind is constantly agitated because of that torture. Why I should do fasting? So one day all the 6 friends were sitting. A beautiful girl with the rice and the milk offered to all the 5 friends. They refused. Buddha opened his eyes and he said, come on, give me. I'm already feeling hungry. He ate that and he got absorbed into meditation. He got absorbed into meditation. So he continued those practices until his last master, Alar Kalam, was passing through. He realized out of the 6, this guy is the seeker. So he requested the previous teacher to take him with him. He said, okay, he's doing nothing, And all the 5 friends thought that he left all the austerity and penance for enlightenment. All the 5 friends, the mob psychology. And then he was sitting under a Bodhi tree and he got enlightenment. He returned to all the 5 friends. And they were struck with the radiance and the glow and the talk that he gave. He said, my friends, drop these extremes in your life. That will not help you to reach to the state of enlightenment. First teaching. Don't torture your body. Don't get absorbed into the pleasure. Pleasure on one side and austerity on the other side. Drop the extreme. How you drop the extreme? By the right knowledge, by the right understanding, by the right thinking. So those 5 friends left the earlier master. They became the great disciples of the Buddha and they also got enlightenment. And the second message he said, this world is constantly changing. Don't give any value to anything in the world outside that may create an attachment. Attachment will lead to an obsession, and obsession will cause to the suffering. And there he talked about the 4 noble truths. The world is suffering. Don't go to the extreme. World is suffering. And there is a cause of the suffering, and that is ignorance. And then he said, it is my experience that there is a way, there is a state which is totally devoid of suffering. And there is a way. And what is that way? Eightfold Noble Path. And this is the 4 Noble Truths. So that is known as symbolically in Buddhism as Dharma Chakra Parivartan. Dharma means your true nature. Chakra means wheel. Parivartan means change. So there is an essential nature and there is a wheel of 4 noble truths. The world is suffering. There is a cause of the suffering, devoid of suffering, and there is a way to bring an end to the suffering. That became the chakra, the wheel. Dharma Chakra Parivartan. So I have to change, continue to move that wheel until I experience that state. How? By the Eightfold Noble Path. So in that chakra, in that wheel, we have 8 spokes. Now what people are doing, and they create a wheel and they are constantly moving the wheel. Will that lead to enlightenment? Come on, understanding. Practice will lead you to enlightenment. Practice will lead you to inner peace and happiness. That is a symbolic. But when I went to the Indian part of the Tibet, you have a big Buddhist temple and there is a big wheel and the rope is attached to it. So every time you go there, they say, oh, hold that rope, move around, move the wheel, move with the wheel. You get more conditioned. You get more habitual. You lose the track. Even whatever simple, even whatever little you are thinking about it, your thinking stops. Your mind says, okay, let me move the wheel. We are already moving 4 wheels every day. Nothing happens. 4 wheels of a car, and 5th wheel is the steering. So these are the symbolic expressions by which our teachers guide us. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and be comfortable. Close your eyes and being comfortable. When you are comfortable, means what? You look at the neck joint, feel the sensation. When you feel the sensation, you also experience the sense of steadiness. So I'm combining the steps, customizing the steps for maximizing the benefit. So looking at the shoulder joint and feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. The hip joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Look at the entire body. Look at the entire body, feel the sensation, being comfortable, and experience steadiness. Now for a minute, just go through the mind, let the thought come and go. Let the thought come and go. Means we need to be carefree. Why we need to be carefree? Because we are going deeper from the surface mind to the deeper mind, where the peace and the happiness, love and the wisdom are located. Now we have the second step with the 8 different stages. Simple stages. First stage, look inside the forehead. Good. Look inside the forehead. And start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath, both from the belly and the chest. Belly and the chest. Long, deep, And the hissing breath, both from the belly and the chest. Deep, long breath. Deep, long breath. Continue for 2 minutes. We are going to do it in 8 stages. First is this one. We are working on the mind from the breath. Continue with the long, hissing, deep breath. And now leave this breath. The first thing, the second stage, is to just learn from the experience the way the Buddha got an insight. You did the breathing, obviously. Now it's a part of learning from your experience. Look at the head and the neck. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind on the left arm. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Chest and the belly, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg, just experiences sensation, relaxation, and stillness. the entire body sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire body sensation, relaxation and stillness. When you are experiencing, look inside. Look as if everything is outside and you are deep inside. From there the insight comes. And now look at the breath. While looking deep inside the forehead and start breathing deep, silent and slow. As deep as possible. First into the belly, then into the rib cage. Deep, silent and slow breath. In the state of sensation, relaxation and stillness, you are breathing through both the nostrils, first into the belly, then into the rib cage, deep, silent and slow breath. Continue with the deep, silent and slow breath. First into the belly, then into the rib cage. You breathe as deep as possible. The previous breath. The next breath is deeper than the previous one. Deep, silent and slow breath. Continue. And now leave this practice also. Go into a deep, silent and slow breath. You leave that practice and now experience the body outside, the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind inside. Experience the state of the calmness. Okay? Now simply look at the breath that is going in and out. Not a big practice, now not a big deal. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The breath goes in and out. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. With every breath going in, let the mind be dropped deep inside the heart or the head. Just in emptiness. The breath comes out. Just become aware of the infinite space. The condition is that if we
Sometimes you are 20 miles away from my place, where you are. You are in California. So from there you have to move to Arizona.
It is something we are looking at the waves in an ocean, okay? Then there is a waves, they rise and drop. Then we see the movement in the water. And if we go deep down into the ocean, we experience that deep ocean is totally calm. This is what happens in this journey of the mindfulness. What happens? We had a glimpse that something is very deep. Understand that is what the Buddha experienced. Everything was going on outside. Waves and the clouds, the same way, the thoughts and the feeling and the surface mind and the experiences. But he was looking very deep down into the ocean, means very deep behind the thought. There is a field of silence in the mind. From there we get all these inspirations and the deeper insight. And once the mind realizes that peace is inside, the journey, the next journey begins. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down.